beautiful. He said, wonderful manners and beautiful faces. I said, O Messenger of Allah, inform about his saying, delicate and pure as if they were hidden eggs, well preserved. He said, their delicatness is like the delicateness of the skin on the inside of an egg, the fine thin layer that comes after the shell. I said, O Messenger of Allah, inform me about his saying, loving their husbands only and of equal age. He said, they are the ones who became discrepant in the world, afflicted with rams, shedding of tears caused by sickness. Rams is also the white filth that gathers in the corner of one's eye, and sham whiteness of the hair. They will love passionately, and they will be loved, and they will be Atraban, born on the same day, of the same age. I said, O Messenger of Allah, inform me, are the women of the world better, or Al-Hur, Al-Ian, fair and beautiful maidens of paradise, who have wide beautiful eyes? He said, rather, the women of the world are better than the Al-Hur Al-In, like the superiority of the outside of a garment to the lining inside of a garment. I said, O Messenger of Allah, with what are women of the world superior? He said, with their prayer, their fasting, and their worship of Allah. Allah will clothe their faces with light and their bodies with silk, white in colour with green garments and yellow adornments, and their combs are gold. They will say, we will live forever and never die. We are comfortable or soft and will never become wretched. We are settled and will never travel away. Lo, we are the pleased ones, and we will never become dissatisfied or angry. Tawbah, one meaning is blessed, or as has preceded this, could be referring to Tawbah, a tree in paradise, for he who is for us, and has us for him. I said, O Messenger of Allah, a woman from us marries 2, 3, or 4 husbands in the world, after divorce or after the death of a husband, and then she dies. Then she enters paradise, and they enter with her. Who will be her husband? He said, O Salama, she is given a choice, and she chooses the one from them who had the best manners. So she will say, O my Lord, this one had best manners towards me in the void of the world than the rest of them. So marry me to him. Salama, good manners, have taken the goodness of the world and the hereafter. Aisha reported that an old woman from the Ansar came to the Messenger of Allah and said, O Messenger of Allah, invoke Allah to make me enter paradise. He said, verily, no old woman enters paradise. The Messenger of Allah went to pray, and he then came back to Aisha. She said, to receive your words with hardship and distress. He said, this is how it is. Verily, when Allah will make them enter paradise, He will transform them into young virgins. The following, which explains how the believers enter paradise, has already been mentioned in the hadith of the horn. A man from them will enter upon 72 wives from that which Allah created, and 2 wives from the children of Adam, and the latter are superior over whomsoever Allah pleases, due to their worship of Allah in the world. He, the dweller of paradise, will enter upon the first of the two in a room made of rubies. She will be on a bed of gold, and it will be enwreathed with pearls. In it are 70 drawers of fine and thick silk. He will place his hand between her shoulders, and then he will look at his hand from her chest, from behind her garments, her flesh and her skin, and he will look at the bone marrow of her leg, just as one of you looks at a wire of silver in ruby. While he is like that, it will be called out, "We know that you do not become bored, and that she does not become bored, but lo, you have wives other than her." Then he will go out and go to them one at a time. Every time he goes to one, she says, "By Allah, there is none in paradise who is better than you, and there is none in paradise who is more beloved to me than you," through many chains, some of which have been mentioned, and some are still to come, inshallah, and we placed our trust in him. This hadith has many others that attest to it, and we have previously mentioned the following hadith, which is related by Ahmad and which Abu